Precisely.
Your question was, what can the province do to prevent, say, Site 42? I assume you mean another fiasco like Site 41. What I would like to see is a stronger Ministry of the Environment, stronger Ministry of Natural Resources, and an opportunity for local citizens to have more effective input into the decisions that are made in their own municipalities. In the Elmville Springwater Tiny Township area, heroic citizens have been fighting for over 20 years with arguments, extremely scientifically proven arguments against Site 41, and yet their wishes weren't heard. The Ministry of the Environment and Natural Resources needs to be listening to those. The same with the municipalities. Mr. Fishman, you say that you're against Site 41. Please take that message to your Minister of the Environment, Laura Broughton, because our critic for the environment, Peter Tabbins, wrote to Mrs. Broughton several occasions, spoke to her in the legislature, asked her, through the Ministry of the Environment, to take back the approval from that ministry for Site 41, and she said, no, I'm not going to do it. The science here says it's okay, despite the overwhelming evidence on the part of the citizens who are fighting against it, the citizens who are going to have to pay for the damage that it causes. And as far as Mr. Wilson goes, maybe you told the County of Simcoe that you were against it, but I'll tell you, Steve Ogden, who was one of the ones who's been fighting for over 20 years, told me exactly this afternoon. He said he has never heard from you. He has never had from you any impression that maybe you spoke, but you sure haven't fought in the last 20 years against Site 41.
Thank you, Katie.
I'm standing here on Highway 27 just south of Elmville in front of a sign that's asking who will stop the political poisoning of our water. They're talking about Site 41 just north of Elmville, and it concerns almost every, if not every single citizen here in Springwater Township. What we're trying to get is our politicians to cancel the approval that the Ministry of the Environment gave in order for the municipality or the county to go ahead and build the dump in the first place. We've been fighting for years and presented them with overwhelming evidence that proves that there should never have been a garbage dump built on Site 41. This issue here and issues all over the riding of Simcoe Grey are screaming out that the politicians need to take our water resources far more seriously. In front of me, or in my hand here, I have drinking water which I got from the Elmville tap. It's great water. Over in Feversham, they're getting their water taken out of the ground and put into bottles. We know that the plastic in the bottles is full of toxins eventually, and yet people continue to drink this kind of water. We need to boycott bottled water. We need to be saying the water that's in our ground needs to be sacred. People down in the Ballycroy area are fighting against developers who have a big say with the Ontario Municipal Board. They're fighting for the protection of their groundwater sources. The government and the municipalities need to be listening more carefully to people and taking our water resources more seriously. Mr. Wilson says that he's against Site 41, and yet the organizers who are really leading the fight in this municipality say that he's done little or nothing to actually come out and help them. So I call on the voters of Simcoe Grey, vote for somebody who's going to fight realistically to protect Site 41 against development and to fight for the safety of our precious groundwater resources.